Willkommen again. Sorry, I had to take off my shirt. It's hot as hell here. Obviously, it's summer. It's the South. And I have my painting shirt on, and my bra's sticking out. Oh well, fuck it. Anyway, back to Richard III. The thing is that Richard's brother Edward really trusted him, and he really loved him, and he believed in him. And why shouldn't he? Every time that Edward had sent him out on anything, Richard had come through 100% awesome. So, obviously, as Edward's dying, he's like, who should I trust, with the care of my boys, Obviously, my brother. He's trustworthy. I love him. He loves me. He's always come through for me. He's fucking, 100%, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, the temptation of the crown was far too great, especially for Richard. Because the more and more he thought about it, the more and more he coveted it. And he wanted it. And unfortunately, he decided early on he was going to get it. First off, he takes the boys from their uncle. Now, what he did was he got the uncle very wasted, blah, blah, blah. Came over, was like, hey, bro, what's up? I missed you, da, da, da. Bullshit. Anyway, once he was drunk enough, he took control of him and sent him to the Tower of London as he did the princess. Now, what he did is he said he was taking over to protect them, and that the Tower of London would protect them from anyone. Really? And he expected people to believe this? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to take him to the Tower of London, where everybody pretty much dies. That would be like me saying, yeah, I'm going to take these kids to San Quentin prison. Come on, people. Come on. Anyway, so he does that. And at first, people report seeing the two little princes playing around in the courtyard and on the walls and stuff like that. Because you got to remember, they were little boys. They were not by any means grown up. And the worst part is that even though the older son, Edward, who would have been Edward V, technically is still considered Edward V, da da da. Anyway, he distrusted his uncle Richard from the get-go. Like, this kid was smart. But there was nothing he could do about it. He had no way of being like, no, I'm not going with you, fucker, blah, blah, blah. Because basically Richard came in with armed men. It was like a bad episode of Game of Thrones. It's like, no, I'm taking you. And next thing that's known after Richard's coronation is nobody sees the princess. Nobody knows where they are. Of course, years later, sadly, on this great staircase going down, they found their bones, which is a most great tragedy. I don't care how power hungry you are, you don't kill little boys. I don't care how bad you want to be king or queen. It's not worth it. That is why Richard III will always be a major epic cunt. And yes, he is that villain from Shakespeare's Richard III. A lot of times these sort of things are propaganda, the winner writes history, blah, blah, blah. But actually, Richard III was a son of a bitch. I'm sorry, and he did some fucking bitch-ass, pussy-ass moves. I'm sorry. Those were some bitch-ass, pussy-ass moves.